What's up, guys? I am Six. Welcome to the Crime Chronicles. Today, we have a special guest, my boy Dizzy, a lifelong resident of Florida, super cool guy. Dizzy, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, my name's Dizzy, better known as Unresponsive. That's what you can follow me on Instagram. But yeah, I'm from Florida. Been here since I was born, and then I moved out when I was 14 up to Atlanta, and then I came back down here when I turned 20, and then I've been rocking it down here ever since.
Yeah, Atlanta is like our common love.
Yeah,
We talk about like Atlanta and being pro black
yeah,
and all of that. Just a lot of black folks kind of everywhere in Atlanta.
yeah.
But yeah, man. So today we were just kind of kicking it. Like we always have these like real dope kind of conversations back and forth uh, about everything, man.
Right.
Um,
All right, yeah, no, yeah, we be talking about some stuff, you know what I'm saying? We just get down to even the nitty gritty, you know what I mean? About everything that's, going on, especially being from where we come from, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I don't think
that's a fact.
too much people really understand that or really appreciate it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I take pride in, where I come from though,
Well, I think because like I'm from up north and like things are different. Like up north kind of style and I hear like people say up north people are like aggressive
Yeah,
type shit, and I can see that, you know, but
right.
like, yeah, it's definitely different, definitely.
Yeah, no, what's it called though? One of the main reasons I like Atlanta because you can really get to that money in a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely do it in Florida, but it's just on who you know and how you put yourself out there. But
Yeah, it's more of a city, like city
yeah,
vibes, city things, like city. There, I feel like there's more opportunity,
yeah,
like because there's more people, there's more programs, there's
right.
more trial and error of stuff that works, stuff that don't work, and
Yeah,
all of that. So
I
yeah,
say
city
this though.
life.
One thing I really appreciate about Atlanta is the unity. You know what I'm saying? There's some real unity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you do hear about the stories of bad things breaking out, but for the most part, people out there try to stick together. You know what I'm saying? Especially people like us. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
But
fact.
yeah, I got a lot of history out there. That's my second home. But
So what are the women like that out there? How are the women different up north, down south?
I don't know. You remember that song with the Migos a couple years ago, "Bad and Bougie"?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how they all is. You know what I'm saying? Bad and bougie. You
Atlanta
know what I'm
style.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely dig them though. You know what I'm saying? But
So I
I
don't
like
know.
mine though.
I don't know that I like bad and bougie.
Yeah.
I think there's two different like, and I think we talked about that. Like so, like I think bad and bougie hoes have a place,
Yeah.
and I think like the more bigger the king is, the bigger the man is, the less bad and bougie I think he wants. Like mind you, if you look at like the powerful men,
Mhm.
Bill Gates, Donald Trump. Like when you look at men of power, rarely do you see like him with this other Hillary Clinton, who's
Right.
her own brand and super, alpha like and stuff. Because I think that as a powerful man, what attracts you about a woman is her submission.
See, this is what I feel like. You know what I'm saying? I feel like just like men come in different ways in different shapes and forms. Women do too, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like you have women, who are of a higher echelon, or do carry themselves differently than a lot of women you would consider
I'm
bad and
talking. I'm
bougie,
talking about the
you know.
attraction level.
But you
I
can
know
find
they
that
come in
too.
all shapes and sizes.
Right.
I'm talking about like the attraction level.
In Atlanta you can find both though, you know what I'm
And
saying?
I know they're there. But
Right.
what I'm saying is the cats that have it,
Right.
like you got it. I'm a boss. I'm a baller.
Mm.
He not. I mean, it's you swipe for the bad and bougie. Oh, she
Right.
bad. She bad. DM bust her down. When you want something in the house, wifey material, you don't want somebody. Not you don't want. I don't want somebody's got 400 trillion thousand likes. She's got, Twitter. She's got her OnlyFans. She's got this and that because, we're sharing. I'm sharing. I think cats want that submission, that low key.
This is what I ask. Okay, so how do you feel about, say, a woman who's not necessarily um the bad and bougie type, you know what I'm saying, but she does have it going on, but she considers herself an independent woman? How do you feel about those type of women? Because you got those too who wouldn't be necessarily considered a bad and bougie type of girl, but she's independent, and a lot of people, especially nowadays, talk about, oh, if she talk about she don't need a man or need a, you know what I'm saying, she not their type, you know what I'm saying, where I feel like just find a person who's good for you. Shit, like a lot of times it's going to bounce back and forth one way or another, and if you don't like it, you probably need to find somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
So I think that's the lost art of dating
Right.
because, like, just because, like, we linked and the sex was real good, like, that's like that prerequisite. She got that good sloppy top, whatever. Now we start linking and stuff. I feel like you should date. And, like, you have to have all these pieces that fit.
Right.
And then if those pieces fit, if you check off the boxes on my application, then you move to that next step, which is the, wifey.
Right.
But I'm not a believer in making it fit.
So let me ask you this. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about interracial relationships?
I have no problem with. I was actually, my dad married, a white woman. That was my stepmom. That's
Okay.
big up north. So,
See, it's funny because like I'd be afraid to touch up on that topic, because I'm with a white woman, but
right.
like, um,
Beautiful white woman,
yeah,
by the way.
beautiful white woman, but I still feel like there's beautiful sisters out there. And before, the girl I'm with now, I've been with black women, but I feel like trying to speak on, especially black women, it's a hard topic for me to speak on off of the simple fact of I'm not dating one. So how could I speak on one? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's tying right in directly to what we're saying
Right.
because that white woman, I feel, offers a bit of submission
Right.
that the strong sister doesn't. Like, I ain't finna go for that, so I'm finna knock on that, don't such and such. There's a little submission in that culture. The culture is different. And I think, like, some of the black men started being attracted to that.
Mm.
Like foreign bros.
Mm-hmm.
Cats are going cross seas to find women that it is in their culture to be submissive. Like the American culture, is the city girls and all of that. And I'm bad and bougie, I'm all of that
Right.
until the car break down
Right.
and you need a man. Until you need this. So it's fine for the man to have his role when it assists the woman.
Mm.
But, like, on everything else, you want to be equal.
Right. I do feel that. I feel that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this, this is what I will say. And I'm gonna try to say this the best way possible without sounding crazy. But I feel like when it comes to white women, the difference, at least what I think, is that
Well, you are an expert.
funny. Nah, but since I am with one, I say this is when it comes to black women, they are a little bit more choosy with who they will submit to, and a lot of times I do feel that the man they have in their head is not really somebody who you can really put into reality. It's more of a fantasy dude. Where more so, I feel like with white women, I guess that they, I wouldn't even say that they they just fall for something that's maybe not something they're into, but I would say that sometimes, they're willing to try something out that's, maybe different. And if they like it, they'll continue it. Where some women, especially black women, if they feel like people can't even see them with them, they can't deal with them.
I think with women and men, women's attractiveness to a man, what a woman is attracted to is different. Like,
Right.
the big checks for them is security. Does he make me feel safe?
Right.
uh, the warmth, all the looks and that physical stuff, all of that comes after a bunch of other checks and stuff. So a black man, that strong king of a man, that is more probably dominant than what a white man
Mm.
can offer in their peak moments. Maybe that's what I don't know. But just like they like that dominance, I think that is a thing with a man that wants that submission, that
I
submissiveness.
wonder. Like, since I don't know, I guess when you said the dominance, I wonder though, like, what if, because you know how they say, like, white women love black men?
Hmm.
What if it's because they have a different dominance feeling that we give them when they're in a room with us
I think
alone
so. Oh, I think
than they
so.
would with a white man? You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
I think
I
so.
wonder if that. I wonder if that's a
I
little.
think I think I think blacks kind of give off, blacks,
Right.
the blacks. So there's that aura, and like we're naturally alpha in genes anyway, just
Right.
how our
Okay.
culture is. So for especially a woman that's attracted to a man, even like the women I think that don't deal with blacks on that level, probably secretly fantasize about being.
Probably. I don't know. I feel like this though. I wouldn't say all. I wouldn't say all white women like black men. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Oh,
some
that's a
people.
fact. I feel no, no, no. You're right. I'm
Yeah.
saying y'all. Yeah, yeah.
Like, I definitely do feel like there's like white women do have, but I do feel like the white women who do like dealing with black men or say that they only deal with black men. There is probably a certain dominance that we give them, and shit. I'm a white woman, so I can't say I mind it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shit. That's a good ass question though. I need to ask some white women that. Maybe I'll start with my girl. Ask her, be like, hey, do I give a certain dominance differently than I do, say a white man?
I think that's a fact.
Yeah, that'd be a funny
Just
one to
thinking
ask.
about, and I know, you know, whites are white. Like I'm not saying, but like there's a certain swagger that comes with our culture.
Yeah, All right, and this is no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I got some white boys that I'm cool with.
Yeah, yeah,
You
me
know what I
too.
mean?
Me
Like,
too.
but I will say this. I find a lot of times, especially with like movies or whatnot, that like I watch because that's
That
the best examples
typecasting
that
and
I can
stuff.
get. But they more so get into the weird shit to assert dominance. You know what I'm
What do you
saying?
mean?
Like, I don't know. It's just that I feel like they like to do extra stuff. Like, you just have to talk to the right white people. You know what I'm
I
saying?
see what you're saying, but
Right?
I think and you're right,
Yeah.
and I think just with black men or
Yeah.
that culture, those same things, like I know, the white guy that gets drunk or whatever and gets angry,
Right.
and he has to express himself how? By like hitting on himself, motherfucker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck you. Where when we get angry, I've never seen that come from us. I've always seen, like
Yeah.
the chest and all of that. Like
Yeah.
it's just different, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know,
I'm
man.
finna lose all my Caucasians.
Probably so. Sorry if I ruined it for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just like I feel like more so we got that dog in us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like we don't. We don't just bark though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I would say on the opposite end of that spectrum, like that dog becomes bullishness. So like it's hard for a motherfucker to learn, bro.
see, I don't
I've
know.
seen some real ignorant, like because you're angry at the lady that's in front of you at Walmart doesn't mean like you can get loud and
Yeah.
all the viral clips of having to straighten somebody
Yeah.
right there in the middle of the day, like,
Right.
and she got you fucked up. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like this. You come off a little harder, you know what I'm saying, and I think a little smoother when you know you got that dog in you, but you know when to let it you out.
Oh,
You know what I'm
big
saying?
facts.
Like, and I feel
See,
like
that's the real dog.
right. You know
You don't have to bark.
exactly. You know
That's the
like
real dog.
I think that's the problem nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Is people want to let their dog out all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you let yourself look crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, and we're talking about this, so
Right.
like I think this generation doesn't understand a dog.
Right.
Like, I don't have to post pictures of weapons
Right.
and all of that so I'm about that.
Right.
I don't have to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's how I be feeling about it too. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, if you could see on my Instagram, you know what I'm saying, that I don't have like it's not peaches and cream and whatnot. You know what I'm saying, and daisies and shit. But like, I try to stay away from that, especially nowadays. They cracking down with that guns. Like they ain't playing about that shit.
Bro, they're cracking down on everything. Like
Yeah.
violent criminals are classified different.
Right.
And that's for a reason.
Right.
Like
No.
when you get angry at something and you decide to immediately get justice in a violent manner, like that type of thinking, they try to put them in places away from society
Right.
because society has to function on a civil level.
Man, but I ain't gonna lie though. Sometimes we do it to ourselves. You know what I'm saying, especially us as men, because like say something was to happen to you right now, and you told somebody about it. You know what I'm saying? How you responded to it, depending on that person, they gonna have a different view on you. You know what I'm saying? On how you responded, because say, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, you willing to get into it with a dude. You know what I'm saying? But you just ain't. He had to up on you that time, but you ain't necessarily feeling like getting revenge and whatnot. Some other people ain't gonna be looking at that the same way. And I feel like a lot of times it don't even because somebody feels some type of way. I feel like truthfully it's just ego battles. You know what I'm saying, with one another, and sometimes it comes out in the worst ways. And that's why we got a lot of dudes incarcerated right now. You know, like should be crazy.
Listen, your ego is a liar.
Right.
And people's men, black men, us, like our ego will get us in some shit every time.
No, you
Every
know.
time. Cause like there's so many times like it's gone down and shit's hit the fan, whatever, and that impulsive because of that ego, and I ain't gonna let this cat size me, try me.
Right.
24 hours later when I'm in P dorm on the phone hoping somebody answer, I can get this bond, and we're trying to put together this. I'm like, man, and get mad at that nigga, that
Right.
cat for damn
Yeah.
man, you made me get on your head about
Yeah, no, you got a lot of dudes sitting in jail right now. You know what I'm saying, sitting here thinking that whoever they hurt or whatever they did, you know what I'm saying, it's because someone else made them do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you wanted to do it, and like sometimes I feel like you gotta take your L's in a way, but like you can flip them into W. You just gotta do it differently. You know what I'm saying? I done seen people, shit. I done had people. You know what I'm saying? Try to do me in weird ass ways, and you know what ends up happening? You know what I'm saying? I double up. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. As long as you here, as long as chest beating, you feel me? Feet working, hands moving, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even be stressing, you know what I'm saying, what L you done took or how you feel about something. You know what I'm saying? A lot
I
of
feel
times it be
like
feelings. A lot of times those don't even take L's. It's just what somebody said. You know what I mean?
right.
And
See,
like,
I feel like this. Priorities to me is
right,
everything. Like you have to prioritize. That's why to me, like earning money, uh, um, cash is king. And people say money can't buy everything. They ain't never had nothing. Money is the root of all evil. Well, it's the root of everything because we've been having currency since we were trading sticks and cows
right,
and labor. So when you earn, the family does better when there's money. People are happier. and stuff. So I prioritize that.
And I hate when people used to it's changing now, but people used to really have the nerve to say, "Oh, money can't buy you happiness." I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like I don't got it like that,
Right,
but I got some money now. You know what I'm saying? I can at least take care of me. You know what I mean?
right.
And with that being said, like
It buys
it's
you
way better.
comfortability.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
buys you comfortability, bro.
Exactly, and sometimes you end up when you got some money, you do the things you want to do. I've been broke, you know what I'm saying? Being broke is not fun. Even I'm sorry, like I love my family, but I didn't even feel good being around family being broke.
Right,
That shit not
right.
cool. Yeah,
Because you a
like
different. You're a different you.
exactly, and like I ain't gonna lie, that going back broke shit, that shit not it. And a lot of times people ain't even just broke financially. A lot of times people broken like emotionally, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of different ways, mentally, a lot of different ways, and don't know how to bring themselves back to how they used to be.
I feel like this, bro. Like in this country,
Yeah.
and you'll hear a lot of this on the channel. Like I love this country.
Right.
I'm a proponent for effort. Like I feel like whatever it is that you want to do in life, you know what I mean. If you like fast cars, it's effort. Like what are you doing
Right.
to get it? Are you waiting on a come up? Are you waiting on a lawsuit? Are you sitting around? Do you have no job hoping? Because I know um, when I got out, 2 days later, I was walking to day labor. And while I was figuring out whatever that next lick was, while I was figuring that out, I was getting a $72.76 check.
Right.
I smoke weed while I'm getting 76. I can't afford weed. So you know what I did? I quit.
Right.
I quit buying it. So now everybody know, hey, come fire your boy up. I bought a pack of cigarettes. I'm not gonna smoke like the, you know, 305s or whatever. I smoke Newport. I gotta break it down.
Let
I
me
gotta
ask
break
you
it down.
this,
I gotta
because you got a lot
put
of
it out.
people who like smoke weed, then they smoke tobacco, depending on the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? And then you got people who like vape and shit. Do you feel like people will be addicted to like smoking, like the nicotine for real, or do you feel like people smoke it like addicted to the action of smoking? Cause I feel like I'm the person who's like addicted to the action sometimes.
That's
Like
a fact
sometimes I just like to smoke. You know what I'm
because it's
saying?
habitual.
Right.
It becomes a habit, and there's the addictive nature in there. There's the nicotine. So you're
Right.
getting that twang, you're getting
Yeah.
that feeling, and it's a habit. Like because like it's habitual. Every time you eat, you got to do what?
Like I'll smoke tobacco, but only if I don't have weed.
Right.
You know what I'm
Because it's
saying?
the I need to do something.
Right. You know what I'm
I
saying?
need to do
And
that act of something.
exactly. Like I remember, man. I don't know. Like, have you ever heard of Job Corps?
Who?
Job Corps?
Job Corps?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen, yeah, Job Corps. It's so funny because they used to get on our ass about that shit. They used to be like, "It's not. You don't pronounce the P. Like, the fuck is wrong with y'all,
Job
dumbasses?"
Corps.
Yeah, it's Job Corps. You right when you said that, but like, shit. Matter of fact, one girl who used to go there turned into a porn star. You know what I'm saying? Well, she doing porn now. I don't know if she a porn star, but um, damn. When I was going, oh yeah. So I had to stop smoking weed, and shit. That's how I ended up starting smoking tobacco. I didn't even smoke tobacco until I went there, and that's because I couldn't smoke weed, and
I
it's
know a
because I
lot of
needed the
cats.
action of it.
I've seen that a lot, especially in jail. Like
Yeah.
cats that don't smoke cigarettes, don't smoke. You go into jail because you smoke weed. You smoking rips. You buying little tobacco and you smoking them bitches.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you
I've
need
seen a
something to
lot.
smoke.
You need something that headedness of.
Something like, bruh, like, and they be fucked up because you got some places who like they be doing people fucked up with some rehab facilities. Like the best thing you got sometimes is that smoke. The alcoholic, the best thing you probably got is that smoke.
That's the fact.
Like if you on meth, the best thing you got is that smoke. Like coke, best thing you got. If you gotta drop all that shit, the best thing you got is that smoke.
That's why they that's why it's legal now
Right,
because like everybody's doing it.
right,
Judges, doctors, but like I heard from a doctor, like they don't really, it's not recognized. Like if you got a if you're smoking pot and you're a doctor, like you're kind of discredited.
Right.
Like they don't really look because weed has gone so far from the medicinal
Yeah.
uh, stuff that helped you. Now it's just everything's exotic. Everything they're just pumping it full of that
Man,
stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, and I don't know who feels like this, but I feel like when it comes to the weed, when it used to be bub, perp, train wreck, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I remember being like, I used to be a young nigga smoking, like 14, 15 and shit. And like, I just remember like when the weed used to make me feel different. And nowadays, I pay more for the weed, the rapper weed, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? It looked pretty, but I
Right.
still can't get the same smoke I used to get off of the blue cheese or you know what I'm saying, you feel me, the haze, lemon haze back in the day. Like it just don't hit the same.
I'm
You know
gonna
what I'm
tell you
saying? Like they,
exactly why.
yeah.
Because your tolerance is through the roof.
I don't even feel like it's the
You're
tolerance. I feel
you're
like it's
so
the
what
weed.
you're saying is you've been smoking all this time.
I've been smoking all this time.
So
I have
you
stopped
don't
before.
think that your tolerance
Nah, I don't. I don't. Like,
you're
don't get me wrong.
literally
Like,
still so you think that so if you just stopped smoking for a month and you took 3 pulls of some Reggie, you'd be high.
don't get me wrong. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so
So
listen.
that works on the opposite
I
end
do get like I could stop smoking for a day. You know what I'm saying, and take a couple puffs
and
and
feel
like
it.
and feel it. You know what I'm saying, but the feeling different. You know what I'm saying. I don't laugh the same time, like
Yeah,
the same way
yeah,
I used to. You know what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like I don't even like.
But
And
they got that kind of weed. Like you can order like the sativa, the like they specifically get into like that giggly type shit, especially in those.
man, niggas used to get mad at me in the hood, man. I remember being in Remington's back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm from Crossbush. That's, you feel me? That's a roundaway. That's shit. So where we at right now? If we was to go down like say Fowler, you know what I mean? That's where you would get down to you feel me? Actually, no, you don't even go down Fowler. I'm tripping. If you go down Bush, you know what I'm saying? That's when you could get around my way. But I ain't even gonna hold you, man. Niggas used to get mad at me because niggas used to stay laughing. Cause the weed
That
used to
giggly
make me
weed.
laugh, and
Yeah,
like that used
giggly.
to be why I
But your
used to like
tolerance,
smoking.
bro. You are a smoker now.
I am a smoker now. I am a
So
smoker now.
what do you think about the future? AI.
You know, I just downloaded the AI chat bot on my yeah, the chat GBT, whatever the fuck it's
Chat
called.
GPT.
Yeah, I got that. I just got it, and I ask you questions, but I ain't paid for the membership because I ain't trusted. You know what I'm saying? And
Why don't you trust it?
cause like shit, I feel like I'm already being listened to on my phone. You know what I'm saying? And then to have a robot listen to me and tell on me, you know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing, you know, the FBI to do it, but you know what I'm saying, to keep having your phone just knowing everything that I
You know
want
that's the
from it, I
future.
don't need that,
You
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 know?
know that's the future. So like you sound like the real old people when the cell phones were coming out. Oh, I don't
Because
trust no phone. I'm good with my beeper. I'm good with my pager.
man, see, listen, this is
AI is the future. It's unavoidable.
yeah,
Like you will have this technology that stuff is always listening to help sell because
yeah.
commercialism is
This is
everything.
this is my problem with AI. And I don't think nothing wrong with advancing, but I do feel like we need to keep up with ourselves first
That's
before
crazy.
before we try keeping up with AI.
I'm gonna give
Truthfully,
you I'm gonna give you
yeah,
a secret.
yeah,
Like the government doesn't give a fuck. Like what the fuck everybody's doing.
yeah, and that's true, and I give you that. Like they
Could
don't,
you imagine just on let's say Tampa
yeah,
if the government was to tap everybody's phones? How many people is that?
it's too much people to count.
Golly.
It's too much people to count.
Do they have the capabilities to tap into someone? Absolutely. Do they
Yeah,
really give a fuck? Come on, man.
yeah, I feel that, but I ain't gonna
AI.
lie. Like, let's be real. You know, like we think we far off. Have you ever seen Black Mirror?
I've seen that work of fiction, yes.
Okay, so boom. I'm gonna name off a couple things. Idiot Odyssey, Black Mirror, and In Time. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm bringing up all those things because if you even look at, with everything that's whether it's going on in the media or politics, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of idiotic shit that you hear. You know what I'm saying? And then when we go to In Time, it's like our time, you know what I'm saying? Each hour that you work and shit like that is starting to become less and less, you know what I'm saying? Especially with things getting higher, you know what I'm saying? So you have to work more now. People have to have two jobs, less time at home, you know what I'm saying? To be able to just have a regular life, you know what I'm saying? If you ever watched that movie with In Time, it's with Justin Timberlake in them.
Hmm.
I watched it on acid and like that shit had me thinking. I was just like, bro, like we're coming to like this reality and like people not seeing this
Yeah,
shit. You know what I'm saying?
time is currency.
Time is currency.
So
You know what I'm saying?
you're the type you fear the future. You're apprehensive about the future.
It's not even that I fear the future. It's just that I know that our future could be so much better than what we making it.
We're on a crash course to the
Yeah,
future.
exactly. But
It's
the thing
unavoidable.
is like I feel like everybody accepts it. If you ever seen the one movie, what the fuck, Don't Look Up. That movie shows, you know what I'm saying, every single movie of what I was just talking about, you know what I'm saying, how people just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They willing to just sit by and let shit slide and all right, well shit, if this is the future, you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna deal with it, you know what I'm saying? And the fucked up thing is you could control your future, but you let somebody dictate your future. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fear I have is I'm not afraid of the future. I'm just fear of somebody else dictating my future. And I think that should be
But
a lot more people.
the beauty of this country
Yeah.
is that you can take control over that with effort. Like
Right.
people dictate your future because you're like you, me, we're one of the sheep. Like you have to learn money. Money is a fraternity.
Right.
And like once you like if you it happens all the time. People win the lottery, get 5 million, and because they're not intimate and don't have a relationship with money, they're dead broke in 2 years.
But see, that's for
You have to know money. You're not into that fraternity. I'm not. So therefore, like there can't be a bunch of sheep herders.
I
There
ain't gonna
has to
lie.
be 80,
You know
85% has to be
how
the masses. Has to
you
be the sheep.
you know how they I don't know if you heard about this, but you know how people are starting to say like we're in a matrix, like everything is
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like a system, like whatever the case may be. I forget how they word it, but like what if the case may be like all the motherfuckers who be getting lucky with the lottery is just a fuck up in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Because like I ain't gonna lie, this shit do be blowing me. I know exactly what you talking about. When I see a motherfucker win $5 million, I just think to myself like you didn't think about making any of the money make money. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got $5 million and you was just like it stops here. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't stop at five, but then
It's
again, you
it's
got a lot
it's
of people
not.
who think that it stops at five. You know what I'm saying? Or stop at that mill. And it don't. Like that shit crazy.
I don't think it's unbelievable at all. I was here during drop season,
Right.
and for those of you who don't know, like in Tampa,
What?
drop season was it, and people were doing income tax fraud,
Yup.
and they were doing it on a mass scale. By mass, like I would go to University Mall, which
Yeah.
is like the black mall around here, and you walked into the mall and you would see groups,
Yeah.
3 4 cats over here, this group of jits over there, and all that, and they're in this good mood because we're shopping,
Hell
and
yeah,
we
they
got a
have money.
card.
You know what I'm saying?
And
And then
even if like you was
yeah.
a broke cat, you still knew somebody who was dropping. So
Yeah.
you was at least gonna get some shoes, get me some J's, bro. Get me so everywhere. You could stand at a corner at any hood, stand there and wait 5 10 minutes, and there was a Porsche ride by. Yeah, there's a this ride by because it is you renting it or they're buying it. Everybody had cars that you had to find dope.
Man, I used to see niggas on 109th with butterfly doors. So,
Yep.
like, you feel me, going towards Copeland
They
or
were
some
going
like some other
crazy.
shit. You know
They
what I'm
were
saying?
swiping,
Yeah.
and even the Arabs were getting into it.
Hell
The
yeah.
Arab, like you could, the corner store they start shutting down the cards,
Yeah.
so they were sending the checks.
See, I was
The
too
Arabs were
young.
cashing the checks. First they were doing it for ten
Yeah.
percent, 20%. Then towards the end they were winning, so they'd give you 40% of your $7,000, $6,000. Man,
See, I
them
was too
Arabs
young.
were
I was
some
too
of them are
young
still locked
when
up.
that happened. Like when I was when I was young when that happened, and I remember when people was breaking in the mailboxes to do it, and then also like you would really come up on the lick. You know what I'm saying? If you found somebody who is like dead type shit. If
Oh,
they was
that was a whole
yeah
movement. Like they were
yeah
filing
yeah
dead people. Bro,
yeah
speaking of the mailboxes, it came to a point where they were hitting the fucking postman. Like they were the mailbox guy. No, hold up, give me all that. Give me all that. They were hitting the post. That happened a few times. I might put a link in the description.
yeah
But like it was here. Money was everywhere. Literally, you had to find, like, cats weren't even selling weed no more. You couldn't even, you had to find. Cats was into it. And
yeah.
and and it was like, so the dudes wasn't really, it was cats baby mamas
Word.
that was sitting down and clicking, but they were getting rooms. It was an operation. Like, and I might do a video on that. Leave a comment down below if you guys want to hear about Tampa and drop season. I might do a video like that. But yeah, it was hectic. It was crazy,
Yeah,
man.
nah, man. People was going getting lit with that.
But the future, and
Word.
and I'll say this about AI.